Hulk, the god of thunder!
It's tier list Tuesday. Alright, so I'm going to be doing a tier list. I am if you don't know me, I'm one above all. Got one above all last season. I'm a Thor player. I main Vanguard last season. I put a lot of hours into some other characters, though. Kicking it off, Adam Warlock. So Res Comp is still good. You can still always play Res Comp. And Star-Lord's good now, but the ultimate nerf, like, to the charge time kind of hurt Adam as well. And especially with the state of Mantis. I'm going to say low B for him. He's good. Again, when you have a Star-Lord, or maybe you just need a little bit more sustain. But overall, I really think that he's not in the best of spots. Black Panther. So Black Panther's kind of right there with Adam in that low B category. Surprisingly, when the season kicked off with the flyer meta, I didn't expect him to be there at all, especially with Ultron. And what I will say is you cannot play Black Panther really with Ultron and some of these flyers in the game. But he's in the best place he could be because characters like The Thing and characters like Namor and Hulk have actually gotten a lot worse. And his burst damage that he can apply onto backlines and the amount of peel that it takes for you to get rid of a really good Black Panther kind of makes him difficult to deal with this season. Speaking of difficult to deal with, Widow, I would put her high B, if not low A. Maybe that's a hot take, but in fact, this is a hot take. Maybe we'll see as the tier list keeps going. But for now, I'm putting Widow low A. This is her best season. And with Storm, she can one-tap headshot. So if you get a Storm and a Widow on your team and they kind of play together to where she can tap people, oh man, you're not going to have fun. You will not have fun. What I will say is she does require Mantis sometimes, and Mantis is not good right now. So if Storm is banned, she's probably high B. But with Storm, she's low A. I guess as this tier list goes on, we'll see if this changes. If there's some characters, too many people in A, too little people in B, I'll probably bump her down. But all right, next up, Hulk, Bruce Banner, A tier. He's still good. Namor's still good. You're tripping if you think otherwise. Unfortunately, he gets hard rolled by Emma. Absolutely obliterated by Emma. And Wolverine's also in a really good state right now, which also obliterates him. So I would say he's A, but you have to have bans for him. You have to have bans for him, or else he gets counterpicked and he doesn't work. I think he's actually low-key a sleeper pick into characters like Hawkeye, though. I do think he's decent against Hawkeye because you can dive him, right? You can dive him, you can put pressure on him. Exiling him when Hawkeye ults is really, really good. Exile in general is really good. All right, Captain America, still high A, better than. Do I want to say better than Hulk? They're about the same. They're both dive characters that require you to ban Emma, or else they just don't work. They're dive characters that make you ban Emma, or they don't work. And they're both a little weak into the Thing. Hulk and Cap, that is. So you can still play him. His ult is still decently good, but with the ult nerfs, with the shield nerfs, I think they did maybe a little bit too much. I think you can give him back his ult, how quick he got his ult. Because without his survivability, he's not able to charge it as fast, right? So he kind of got doubled down on his ultimate when it comes to how fast he gets it. Cloak and Dagger? This character is actually high A right now, in my opinion. She's really good. I don't know if you guys remember like season 0, season 1 when you had Loki, Cloak and Dagger, and if Luna was banned, you would just pick those two characters and run it down. That is so good right now. Loki and Cloak and Dagger get their ult so fast. If the other team has like Invis Luna, you will outpace their ults every single time as long as you have tanks, 2 tanks that are absorbing a lot of damage. You will get your ult with Loki, Cloak and Dagger. Like you will have it every fight, at least one, if not both, because of just how fast those two characters, Cloak and Dagger, just how fast she heals, Loki how much damage and healing he puts out. You will have your ults every single fight with Cloak and Dagger and Loki. But she's pretty good right now. The blind is a slept on ability. I think the vulnerable is really good. I think the fade is really good for that matter. Bubble has always been pretty good, but Cloak and Dagger is high A. Picking Cloak and Dagger right now, unless they have like a Hawkeye, Iron Man, if they have those two, or maybe even a Punisher, if they have those 3 characters, it's a little less good. But I mean, without them, Jesus, man, her ult is very oppressive, I'd say. Doctor Strange, low S. If Evan's banned, he's the best tank. Outside of maybe Magneto, he's really good. Doctor Strange is really good right now. I think he's low S. And the reason why is because of his portal. I mean, we saw it all through the Ignite tournament. We're seeing it so much in pro play right now. The portal is broken. It is so good, especially on control point maps. It is so good in every single scenario. Being able to reposition yourself and not have to clear different angles, clear out maybe a Black Panther or a Captain America that's lurking somewhere. Being able to TP on top of a Widow instead of on like the Black Panther convergence map, instead of having to walk all the way over to that high ground on after you cap first point. His teleporter is a mini ultimate. It's not even a mini ultimate. It is another ultimate that he has every, what is it, like 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Really good. I think Doctor Strange is low S tier. Now, this might surprise some people, but I think Groot is high A. I don't think he's S. I think Doctor Strange is a better tank than Groot right now. My reasoning is that Doctor Strange has one hard counter. It's Emma. You can't play Doctor Strange into Emma. Okay? And, I mean, he's weak against stuff like, oh man, like, kind of weak into the thing. But, like, that doesn't, but the thing's so bad right now into everything else, it doesn't even matter, right? So, Groot has hard counters. And his hard counters are good right now. Punisher is really good. Wolverine is really good. Hawkeye, Iron Man is really good. Storm isn't a hard counter, but you can get your ult so fast. Emma is really good. And guess who's also really good? Squirrel Girl's pretty good right now. Bucky's still pretty good right now. Oh, Groot can be countered way easier than Strange. His carry potential, I think, in like, if we go peak for peak, I think Groot could have maybe like a slight advantage if you play him perfectly, but the Iron Wall nerf is big. I think they maybe need to make it 10 seconds instead of 12. And, I mean, if you pick Groot into Doctor Strange, that motherfucker could just sit in front of you and block your ult. Like, he's not too good into double shield, and there are 3 shield tanks that are really good right now. Okay, Hawkeye. Okay, they need to make the cooldown on his Luna team up longer. If Hawkeye's in the game, there's no reason you can freeze the entire backline every 20 seconds. It's basically a fight win every 20 seconds. It stops the fight. It makes your tanks have to peel back. It makes your supports have to use something like runes or fade or bubble the backline, right? It is a little too broken, and you get it a little too quickly. I don't have too much of a problem with it if it was like 30 seconds, like, but like the fact that, like, for instance, the Thing gets his team up every 25 seconds, and all it does is like reduce damage, and Hawkeye gets to freeze the entire backline. That's not fair. That's not fair. I don't think that's fair at all. Hawkeye gets to freeze the entire backline every 20 seconds, but Adam's soul bond is 40 seconds? No. No. We can't have that. Hela. Hela is probably the best DPS in A tier, I want to say. Very good. Very good, but I don't know what it is. I feel like her survivability is kind of low. She's kind of squishy, and she can die. And especially with her bird being on like such a high cooldown now, it doesn't matter that the stun has less of a cooldown. It doesn't matter that she gets her daggers quicker. She's just really squishy right now. Think maybe 275 health for her, but like I actually really think that Hela doesn't need a buff. She doesn't need a buff. She doesn't need a nerf. She's in a really good spot right now. I think the current version of her character is really good. Now, I will say that 10 ammo does give me concerns about power creep if they do end up nerfing some of the S tier DPS. So maybe revert that change back to 8. But overall, I do think she's good. Although if you revert it back to 8, some of the fly characters go back up. And, Iron Fist, low B. Kind of in that Black Panther tier. Better than Adam. I'd rather have an Iron Fist than an Adam. 100%. I'd rather have an Iron Fist. These two are about equal. You can interchange these however you want. But, yeah, his survivability took a huge nerf. He was never S tier last season. That's just my take. He was never S tier last season. He was good because his team up gave Luna a team up. And he was good because he was able to mark people like Psylocke and easily 1v1 them. Or Spider-Man or Magic. Whoever was on the flank in the dive meta last season. He's able to mark them, heal up afterwards without his supports having to help him. And he gave Luna an amazing team up. Team up's still good. I think in fact, I would have him higher than Black Panther because of that team up. That team up is good. But his survivability, like I said, it's kind of weird seeing Iron Fist here and Black Widow here, right? But I think I'd still rather have a Black Widow than an Iron Fist on my team this season. With the team up, though, he could, depending on the comp, I'd rather have Iron Fist. But I think Widow has her maps. So Iron Fist doesn't really have a map. He's just kind of okay everywhere, whereas Widow has her maps. Okay, Iron Man. He's really good, and he gives Ultron team up. Hela's team ups are bad. I'm actually going to move Hela down. Hela's team ups are bad. Hela's team ups are with Loki, which is okay, which is pretty good, actually, I will say. Loki's pretty good. But then her other team ups with Thor. Iron Man currently enables Ultron right now. And Ultron, spoiler alert, will probably be in low S. So, I'm going to put him high A. A good Iron Man can outpace Magneto ults. But if it's a really good Magneto, then he's going to match you. But you can outpace Magneto ults, and you can insta-kill through support ults. And that's really valuable. It's very, very valuable. Very, very threatening, too. Jeff the Landshark D. D, why did they give him a team up with Venom? He has no synergy with Venom. What are they cooking there? What are they trying to do? I don't understand. They gutted his bubbles. They gutted his right click. He still does more damage because his left click is kind of annoying. But his survivability took a huge nerf. And part of that is because of his bubbles. I think they need to give him back 6 bubbles. His bubbles need to be able to boop. If that happens, maybe he's like C or B. And that's okay. But he's not very good right now. You could be like, oh, but the Storm team up. Okay, listen, I actually think the Storm team up is highly overrated. Highly overrated. If you have an Iron Man, you Iron Man ult it. It's dusted. If you have a Punisher and you Punisher ult it, it's dusted. If you have like a Star-Lord and you Star-Lord ult it, it's busted. If you have a Scarlet Witch and you Scarlet Witch ult it, it's busted. If you have a Psylocke and you Psylocke ult it, it's busted. Right? So, the ultimate has so many counters. You can counter Storm ult it, right? It just has so many counters that people haven't fully figured out yet. that I just don't think it's that good. Storm by herself, plenty fine, and you just want to do the team up for that one point because his ultimate stinks otherwise. You don't have a support ultimate essentially. He's not a good DPS. Loki. S tier. Luna. S tier. Do I really have to explain with these two? I don't think I do. Magic D tier. I would rather have a Jeff than a Magic. She's not in a good spot right now. She's not in a good spot right now. Even though her counters are kind of... or bad, like, thing. And, like, Hulk's not as good as he was. She needs to get way too close and personal. Brawl right now is piss. You can't brawl right now. It's just not as good. You can kind of brawl with Emma, and that's the issue, right? Because if you brawl into Emma as Magic, you're cooked. You're just gonna get kicked. You're just gonna get chokeslammed. Magic's not good right now. The best Magic players can make it work. Magneto, if you don't run Magneto, you're trolling. If Magneto's open and you're not running him, you're trolling. Unfortunately, this character has always been good, and he is still really good. I have way too many hours on Magneto because he is just like a necessity, and he has been for so long. So I've been saying this lately. He is a character that punishes high damage. He has a shield with infinite health. He has a bubble that when it breaks, you get another right click, another stun. He's an ultimate that if you put damage into the ultimate, it does more damage. They need to add another character like that, I think. Another tank like that even. Where he's able to absorb damage and then punish you for dealing it. Because outside of like Cap's reflective shield, there's nothing in the game that really does that. Outside of Magneto. He is just so good. The stun, his right click, I don't know why they gave it a buff. It didn't need a buff. Now I have right click every single second of the game. I have a right click. And I mean, he is just so good right now. I don't need to go too much more into it. Loki, Luna, Magneto, Hawkeye, Strange. Yeah. Yeah, those characters have always been good. Devs love them. Mantis. Yeesh, man. See? I'd rather have a Mantis than a Magic or a Jav. What's funny is if you play Magic, it makes Mantis valuable. Sleep. Jeff kind of makes Adam viable because you can res the Jeff NATO. If you think about it. You can res whenever he eats people off the map and he kills himself, and then you bring everybody back, and now you're up one. Mantis is in a bad spot, but our damage boost is still good. Like I said, you can run her with Widow. You can pocket a Hela. I might move her up. Lowest B. Just because they're synonymous, Adam and Mantis. I think Adam's still better. You'd rather have an Adam than a Mantis. But she's not the best right now. I think she needs her health back. And Team Captain made a good point. Team Captain said that like when she ults, maybe like an attack speed bonus. So like that would be really good with brawl comps. Moon Knight, first C tier character. He's not quite as good as these characters. And he fills a DPS role that you'd rather have a Hela, an Iron Man, a Widow, a Hawkeye. But he has his good spots. He's good into Loki. He's really good with a Groot, because you can do the insta-kill. And his team up with Cloak is a bit underrated, because you can kind of flank with it and heal yourself. Reduce his cooldown, or make the bubble more viable, and I think he could move up, because now he's got a decent team up with another good character. But he's C, because his team up is useful, and he has niche value. These characters don't have good team ups outside of like the Jeff one, but the Jeff team up I kind of explained is already kind of bad. I think there's so many counters to Jeff NATO. I think it's really good in like certain scenarios, but overall, this character's been gutted, unfortunately, and it's just not worth having a Jeff, even for Jeff Nato. Namor, I just kind of farmed people on Namor. I'll put him right next to Hulk. I just kind of farmed people with Namor yesterday. He's still really good. He's still really, really, really good. His ultimate's bigger now. It doesn't one shot, which a lot of people are complaining. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you have a Storm on your team and a Luna, when your Namor ults and your Luna ults, and she does the damage boost, and your Storm, if you damage boost it, they one shots now. They're one shots now. Absolute cinema. They're one shots now. He is also good counter to Punisher, which is really good right now. Because you can do so much burst. And it's like, more ult, the Punisher ult. And you get no more ult really quickly. I think maybe they need to reduce the cooldown on it to really make this character fun. And just a little bit better. Just a little cooldown so he can farm it. Because now we got characters like Ultron that get every 2 seconds. But he's really good counter to Punisher. I think his ultimate's still really good. I think Gamma's still really good. The issue is you have to play Hulk. And Hulk's not as good. So he's here. Penny. Holy smokes, this character's kind of good this season. Yeah, right here. No, here. High B. Reason why? She requires a rocket. And rocket's bad. Rocket's really bad. She's good on, like, Clintar, first point, defense. But she requires a rocket, and rocket's kind of pissed right now. She has her really, really niche moments. A little bit like Widow, but Widow's just better because it's a flyer meta. And against flyers, Penny kind of stinks. Okay, Psylocke. If it was like last season's meta and they put Penny in the game, I would have loved to see that in last season's meta against the dive meta with this freaking. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see that because she kind of denies Emma too. She's kind of a Emma counter. The issue is she also counters every other dive tank, but she denies Emma's space, and it's kind of like area denial. It's kind of like, so Groot has area denial, and so does Penny. But how they deny area is different. And now with the changes that they've made to Emma, Emma gets charged off Groot's walls. They need to revert that, first off. But she doesn't get charged off of shooting webs on the ground, right? Okay. Psylocke. She's somewhere around here. Her team up with Emma is better than Hela's team up with Loki. And she's a team up with the best tank in the game. Punisher is the best DVS character in the game right now. He is permabanned in Eternity, and when he's not permabanned, he's played. He is so good right now. Like Hawkeye is counterable, right? Hawkeye is counterable, but they gave Punisher 10 more magazine ammo, 300 health, and a buff to his ultimate. That's crazy. He needs 275 HP. He's too tanky. There's been too many times where I've hit him directly with a Magneto ult. It's like 40-ish charge, and I have to throw it, or else it pops. And it just doesn't kill him. Because he has so much health. Or maybe he's like Ultron Overshield with his fucking health that he has. Rocket. High C. Maybe low B, but I'm going to say high C. I think his ultimate is really bad right now. And that's no bueno. I think Rez is still good and his sustain is really good, but his support ultimate is one of the worst in the game. Like Mantis's is way better. Adams isn't way better, but his neutral is better than Rocket's in different ways. And Adam has the team up with Star-Lord, which makes him good. But Rocket's team was with Penny, and it's very good, but if you don't have a Penny and you're like, or you're like on attack, it's just not as good. He's kind of I think to make him good, they either need to revert his ultimate back to 40% damage boost, so it can and make it to where it charges super quick, so that he can be used as a strategist. I think it was fine that Rocket's ultimate did 40% damage boost. They didn't need to make it, or they can honestly just add the 40% damage boost back and give him shields, because it dies so quick. Maybe they don't need to make it 40%. Whatever the highest percentages that makes it to where like Namor's ult doesn't one shot, or that's just like not too oppressive, I think they need to do that, because it dies so quick. Everybody shoots it nowadays. As a tank player, I find myself sitting in front of the amplifier half the time because I'm trying to make sure it doesn't die immediately, because if it dies, I die. Scarlet Witch, lowest of D tier. Funny enough, though, I just had a few games with this person's named Sunny's Love or something like that. Wow, they were making Scarlet Witch work. That ultimate can be oppressive if your team is robots. The team up with Strange, it's okay. But overall, she just doesn't do enough damage without the team up. Her fade is kind of cooked. Like her movement ability, they like reworked it a few patches ago, and I don't think it was for the better. I think it was for the worse. And yeah, she's just not in a good spot. Speaking of being in a bad spot, Spider-Man. I'm putting him high D. No, I'll put him in C. Low C. He has his maps, and he has a good team up. No, he doesn't. They got rid of the Venom team up. No, because Squirrel Girl is actually pretty good this season. Low A for Squirrel Girl. Her damage output's kind of ridiculous. And if she has the Spider-Man team up, she kind of perma CCs everything. She has 3 CCs on cooldown. Or she has 3 CCs able to use if she's Spider-Man. Now, granted, that's Squirrel Girl Spider-Man isn't exactly the most optimal heal line, but if they, for instance, have like a singular flyer and not good flyer heals, Spider-Man can kind of kill that flyer. I mean, Squirrel Girl's pretty good right now. Her damage output is very nice. If you want to pick up a character this season, a DPS this season, that's kind of easy, kind of free damage farm, because your tanks are struggling against other tanks. She's a tank buster. She's a tank buster. She gets her ult pretty fast too, and her ult's a little flipped on. Star-Lord, high A. Not as good as these 3, but still a really good DPS hero. It's kind of sad how far some of these tanks have fallen. This is in order of like what I'd rather have on my team. And this is for a higher rank, I would say, because like if I was talking lower rank, Squirrel Girl would be freaking S tier, and that's for sure. And Hawkeye would not be S tier, because you gotta have Storm S tier. Above Hawkeye, that's for sure. And there's like a little bit of a gap right there. Storm and then Hawkeye and Strange. Like these 5 characters: Loki, Luna, Magneto, Punisher, Storm, really good. Strange and Hawkeye, good. Thor, my main. Where will we put Thor? You know where we're putting Thor? Here. The highest of D tier. He's still okay in triple tank. You can play Thor in triple tank. If you have a Mag and a Strange, and you're like a tank player, play Thor. Like, he does a lot of damage. He's kind of like Squirrel Girl in that way. You can just kind of like a Waking Bot, and just pump out damage. His ultimate's actually really good with Luna too. For instance, let's say the enemy team has an Invis ult or a Luna ult, and your team mirrors with a Luna ult. If your Luna damage boosts the end of your ultimate as Thor, like when you drop to the ground and slam it, it will do 200. It will kill 275 health heroes. It will kill a Luna through her ult instantly. It will do a bunch of burst damage. Issue is, Thor's ult has a lot of bugs. It can be cancelled for no reason. It doesn't have any iframes, so stuff like Invis pull cancels it for Pete's sake. I don't understand how that's possible. Stuff like Iron Man's kick cancels it. I don't know how that's possible, but it does. Jeff the Landshark's right clicks. Cancel Thor's ult. His survivability took a huge nerf. I don't know why they ever took away the 625 HP and reverted him to 600. Not like that would make a difference, but it's just like, why? I don't know why the hammer throws on a 6-second cooldown. That's how long it takes for you to get a hammer back. So if you miss it, it's essentially like not even an ability. Might as well just wait the 6 seconds anyways. It doesn't do any damage. It doesn't give you any shields. The only way you can get shields now is Awaken Formed and Dash. And well, let me tell you, if you're dashing, it consumes a hammer, and then you miss your hammer throw. It feels so bad. It's so punishing to miss a hammer throw right now as Thor. It's an easier ability to hit, but when you miss it, it's like you go AFK for like 6 seconds, and you're just a feeding tank with no shields, with no mobility, because if you dash, you use another hammer. So Thor's in a bad spot. Give him a good anchor team up. Give him a good anchor team up, and maybe increase his dash range, or make his dash charge faster. Give him something to where he can do something else. He needs to be able to do it. Make his dashes better. That's what made his brawl good, but now you took away his brawl with his shields. I'd say reveal the changes, but he'd still be maybe C tier at best. Venom, B tier. I don't think he's as good as people think he is. He gets shredded by some of the characters right now. He gets shredded by Pond. He gets frozen by Luna, and Luna does a lot of damage to him too. He doesn't really do anything against Iron Man. He's good into like Hela. He's kind of good into Widow, but you can still get stunned and killed. Winter Soldier. Better than people think he is. This is interesting. I'm gonna put him above Groot because he counters. He counters Groot. He's good into Groot. But overall, like, he's just not what he once was. But that doesn't mean he's bad. Still very good. Good damage output. Hook is still really good if you're good at it. The balls are actually hella annoying. The fact that he has 2 balls now, sometimes on like Groot, if I play it and then they switch to Winter Soldier, I feel like I'm perma-slowed. Like I actually will always have like minus 30% or whatever it is movement speed. Wolverine, S tier, easily. Right there with Storm. I'm gonna put Storm. No. I'm gonna put. No. I have to put him here. I think his ultimate's busted. His ultimate is insanely good. On top of that, he's one of the only Emma counters in the game. There's not that many Emma counters. He's one of the only ones. It's like Magneto and Wolverine. Those are the 2 Emma counters. And that's about it. I guess Penny kind of does. Like I kind of explained that, but it's Penny. She's countered by everything else. But yeah, Wolverine's in. This might be his best meta. You scare tanks. As a tank player, Wolverine's so horrifying to play against. If the enemy team doesn't have a mag, it's cooked. You're one of the you do pretty good into Punisher now too, because his hitbox is kind of juicy and his 300 health, and you do percent damage, right? Mission Fantastic. Here. Actually, here. Sue's team up is still good for him, but he's not as good as he once was last season. Last season, I thought he was actually in a really good spot because Dive was powerful and he's good against Dive. But Emma's good into him. Hawkeye's good into him. Punisher's good into him. Wolverine's good into him. Magneto's good into him. Storm's good into him. Iron Man's good into him. Hela's good into him. Winter Soldier's good into him. Groot's into him. Good into him. Namor's good into him. Hulk's good into him because you can exile him when he gets into the big form and then make him waste it. Squirrel's good into him. Widow's good into him. He just isn't his meta. He's in a good spot. I don't think he really needs any changes. But his counters need to have nerfs before he can actually get any better. Sue. Okay. This one might be one of my hottest takes. But I think Sue. I'm gonna put her near Strange. Right now in my mind, I'm actually having a huge Sue versus Cloak debate.
And it's been going on for like 2 weeks for me. I actually don't know which hero is better. I'd say Sue is better at team-ups, like a Torch, which is why she's up here. And Cloak and Dagger only has the Moon Knight team-up. If that Torch team-up didn't exist, I think Sue wouldn't be... would be A, kind of near Cloak and Dagger. They're pretty equal. They really are. I like Pull, and I like the Ball, and her healing output is insane. Her ultimate is good too. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't last as long as Cloak and Daggers. It doesn't do damage, just slows. It can be walked out of pretty easily. And what I will say, she's really good. She's really good, just like as a solo carry support. Like she's still good. Don't get me wrong. This character, even if you remove Torch from the game, she's still like right here, man. She's still up here, and think about how good these DPS are when you have them in your game. So she's still really good, but I don't know. It's just something about her kit feels lackluster. Maybe it's the ball. I think the ball is kind of weak. If we're not careful, Sue could actually drop fast. If they give Sue another nerf, like her shield nerf is kind of big from 300 to 250. There's another nerf like that to Sue, and they don't do anything to Cloak and Dagger, I think she gets replaced. Okay, the Thing. I don't know what's worse. Quite honestly, the Thing or Thor. Just kidding. I know it's worse. It's Thor. You'd rather have a Thor any day of the week. Or sorry, a Thing any day of the week than a Thor. Unless, again, triple tank. But even the Thing is even better in triple tank. Because you can deny wolves. I'm going to put Thing right around here. It's just not as meta. Flyers. Punisher. Hawkeye. Emma. Mag. Loki and Luna. Shred him. Torch. Low S. That team up survivability is really good stuff. They did a little bit of a nerf to his right click, and a little bit of a nerf to his damage, but the character can still survive. He's a flyer, and if he gets pocketed by Ultron, who's coming up soon, if he gets pocketed by Ultron, you're cooked, bro. If you don't have some sort of god tier hit scan or a god tier flyer that can counter him. Still really, really good. Just not over here. Not over here. He's better than Iron Man. I know that's weird, but his ult isn't hard countered by Magneto ult. You don't get punished for using your ult into a Magneto ult. You can just hang on and still get fire tornadoes down. So, Emma, up here. Up here. These three heroes are so good right now. They are so good right now. It's ridiculous. Ultron. Yeah, I put him here. He's really good. He's really good. He can pocket a storm or a torch. He is so good, good. And people don't get it yet. Learn him. I think he's always going to have a place in the meta. He counters dive. He counters all melee heroes. You can't touch him, and he heals. Magic can't do anything into him. Thor can barely do anything into him. The Thing can't do a thing. Moon Knight's not going to be able to hit him. Mr. Fantastic's not going to be able to hit him. Black Panther can't do anything. Iron Fist can't do anything. Penny can't do anything. He's pretty good right now. Yeah, that's my tier list. It's pretty good, I think. Please, for the love of God, nerf Emma and the Punisher. If you want to nerf Mag, even though I have a billion hours on him, I'm not gonna say no. A lot of the other tanks are more fun, like Hulk and Groot, but Mag is just so essential. Please nerf Wolverine. Please nerf Luna Loki. I'm tired of it. Storm's whatever. She's cool, so I'll allow it. Hawkeye's fine. Just nerf the team up. But yeah, these top 6, do something about them. do something about him. While we're at it, just nerf her to the ground too. I just don't like Psylocke. And please buff Thor. Please buff Thor. Please buff Thor. But yeah, that was the tier list.